You don't like country music, do you? You think it's corny and twangy and
kind of stupid?
Well, you could be right, but it's always good to keep an open mind.
I watched that new Mike Judge animated show. What is it, Tour Bus? From the Tour Bus. Has anybody watched that yet? He basically talks to all these fucking lunatic outlaw country singers. Okay? And they tell stories about being out on the road. I've yet to see one where somebody didn't pull a gun on somebody. 3 out of 4 that I watched, the people involved actually shot the other person.
And, like almost everyone else in this series so far, he shot a guy.
One got off, one went to jail. I'm telling you. The ones I watched the Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Paycheck, and then there was this guy, Billy Joe something or other, and there was one other one that I watched. They were unbelievable. And you know if Mike Judge is doing it, it's going to be quality. I mean, Beavis and Butthead, Office Space, oh, Christ, what's the name of this? King of the Hill. Jesus Christ, my brain's going to mush. Idiocracy, which a lot of people didn't see because it went straight to fucking, this is a little too accurate. Anyways, I cannot say enough about that show. I have to watch every fucking one of those. And you're really seeing, like, basically an America that no longer exists. Half the shit that they do, it's like, dude, there's no fucking way you could do that now. Just with all the cell phone cameras and all of that. And you just peer into the way, the way men, an extreme version of an American male thought back in the day, the way they handled shit, their thought process. It was I can't even, like, on like 20 different fucking levels, that show is unbelievable. You have to watch it. The guy's on his, one of these, I'll ruin one thing. This guy is on trial for shooting this guy in the face.
He shot at me 3 times.
Let's stop right here for a second. Witness accounts, police records, and the legal arguments presented in the case all depict the other man as being armed with a knife. Carry on.
I knew it was time to return fire. So I actually come out of my pocket with that little old thing and went like that. Just, and it hit him right between the mother and the fucker.
Okay. And the judge goes, well, couldn't you just ran away or walked away, saying he didn't have to do it, basically. And the guy looks at the judge. He's like, buddy, I'm from Texas. We don't run.
The prosecutor said, now, Mr. Shaver, you could have just walked away from there, couldn't you? He said, ma'am, I'm from Texas. I ain't no chicken shit.
Oh, you didn't just say that.
He says that at his own fucking trial. Anyways, I don't know. I'm butchering it. You got to see it. The part where fucking Jerry Lee Lewis considers driving over Liberace so there'd be, quote, one less piano playing motherfucker that he had to compete with.
Well, this cat come walking down the sidewalk, and he was dressed in full makeup and full showbiz as Liberace, is who it was. And Libby always dressed, to the hilt. Jerry looked at me, he said, you know what I ought to do? I said, what's that, killer? He said, I ought to run over that motherfucker. There'd be one less piano player to worry about.
Just imagine that animated. It's incredible show. Incredible show. And I resent every podcast listener for not telling me that it existed. You probably did. I just missed the emails.
It's so strange because I just read a deal about these Japanese people sewing the fingers back on. I got in my pickup and went over to the doctor's office. I handed him my fingers. I said, can you sew these fingers back on? He said, what? They do it in Japan. And he said, this is the way you go in Texas. Did one of those deals on me.
Lorenzo, will I come killer with the flows in ice in my veins, but my heart's not frozen. Born in the peg, so you know that I'm golden. Fly like a jet, I'ma get where I'm going. Straight from the resi, hair goals like Solani. I don't do this for me, I do this for my family. Some do it for the vanity, the fortune, or the fame. I do it for the ones who've been praying for a change. So I figured that I'm tailored for this job like James, cause I wanna help my people through the